can't get the internet on this. See my email.
Everybody always says, why don't you support the arts? Support the arts. What about the artist? That's what I want to talk about. What about the artist? Everyone wants to support the arts. What about the artist? Nobody supports the artists. You cut the funds from schools, and then there's no arts. People say people become boring when they don't do arts, and that's the truth. So we have these artists who are running around trying to find places to go, studios, where they can sort of create, except every town doesn't really want artists in their town. They like the artists, so people have to find down and out towns. They find abandoned buildings. They find slumlords who will rent them their apartments. But really these apartments are their studios where they throw a mattress down on the floor. And then they call this their studio, but they're really living there because they don't have any place to live and they don't have enough rent for a studio and an apartment, so they become together. And so with this studio, people might come by and look at these hovels and they'll say, what's all the dirty dishes? What's the rats? What's the cockroaches? And the artists try to give the excuse that, these rats are pets. And the cockroaches, I'm training them because, when my art doesn't sell, I'm going to start, be an animal trainer at some point because I'm a delusional artist. I'm trying to make money. And nobody gives me money, and when you get cash, you get all excited, and there's all this important stuff that you say, wow, great, someone gave me cash for me to do my artwork, I'm happy. And that's really pretty good, because if an artist isn't happy, then the audience probably won't be happy with the artwork that gets created. But let's get back to the studios where the artist hopes to create. This is a place where they might throw their stuff down on the ground. It gets really cluttered. People come in here and say, what is all this mess? And they say, these are my inspirations. These are my props. This is where I hope to, make the next masterpiece. What happens is all these artists move into all these abandoned buildings, and all of a sudden coffee shops spring up. Coffee shops spring up everywhere. Thrift shops, sandwich shops. This all of a sudden becomes the hip place in town. And then all the artists have to move out of town because then the landlords decide that this is the hip place in town. They're going to raise the rent. And then the artists who paint by numbers move in, and the whole scene changes again. And then the artists have to go to find another town. So they find this other town where they go and they find abandoned storefronts and they put in their artwork. And then people show up and they say, what is this stuff? They say, this is my art. What do you think about it? And they say, oh, well, this really expresses the deepest emotions I have in my feelings. And a good artist learns to nod and say, that's right. Even if this canvas was on the ground when they were painting their studio during an emotional breakup and paint was splattering everywhere, and they decided to cut it up in little pieces and frame it, now they're selling it. Now more people want this stuff. And they don't even really want to do this kind of art. They thought they were going to be a singer, but they keep getting arrested. Every time they sing, somebody thinks they're abusing them. This reminds me of going to school. When my mother used to put my artwork up on the refrigerator, they thought that was going to really encourage me. At school, they gave me these stickers. And I can remember my art teacher saying to me, Paul, this drawing almost looks like a dog. And I wanted to say, it's not a dog, it's a bird. It's a bird. But I wanted the sticker. So that was my first time when I really learned you don't interpret art for somebody else. You let them believe whatever they want. And then I got the sticker. So keep your mouth shut. Whatever they think it is, that's terrific. Maybe they'll buy it. Because we have a long history as artists, we need patrons. Somebody who will buy our artwork. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're, being a manager at a 7-Eleven. I'm not putting down managers at 7-Elevens. I'm sure they're very creative people. But as an artist, that's not really what I want to do. I want to sort of, create my artwork. But no, now, when I have to do my artwork, I have to have a website because I have to look professional. It doesn't matter that I live behind this cyber cafe in my refrigerator box because I don't have no place to live as an artist. As my website looks professional, I'm professional. Nobody knows I'm living in a refrigerator box. So hopefully when I get to the galleries, I can find enough clothes so that I don't look like I've been living in a refrigerator box because I have to look professional. This has really been a long way since, just having artwork into a museum or a storefront where you could show the painting. No, it's got to be online. And somebody asked me, has the internet helped? Has the internet helped you as an artist? And I have to say, yes, I can now reach, instead of just 5 people, 10 people, hundreds of thousands of people. I can talk to them about my poverty. I can sort of let my neurosis go out. I can sort of talk about my loneliness and hope that somebody will, give me money, and with one click of the mouse, everybody will know all this. And that's quite amazing. It's very different from when my mother used to put it up on the refrigerator, but I think it's a big step forward.